Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. This time I want to pour another big bowl and I was inspired by art of Cheshire Cat. So I will link her again into my description box and you can check her out, especially on how to form or how to build your bowl design, you know, in shaping it, and yeah, just check her out. So anyway, I'm starting with a simple pour. I have my M-sized Geode Tray Mold from MoldsandShapes, and I want to pour some grayish color. So I took the Smokey gray from Etter-Art, Lavender Mica, and I will add 2 drops of the black pigment drops into my smoky gray mix to make it a tiny bit darker from the shade. So, and then I just pour this into my mold and let it cure for 1 day. So it's nothing special for now. I just make sure that this is my back layer because I didn't want to go with black. And I will be using this smoky gray later on as well. So I thought just stay in the same color scheme. Don't do too much different shading, so that's why I'm using this grayish tone. So this is my gray poured, and now I am just quickly using the torch to pop any bubbles on the surface and let it cure. So this is my next step. I'm using here the UV resin from Resin, and I make sure that I have a thin layer on top of my tray. When you use UV resin and you have by instant the molds from MoldsandShapes, please never use the UV resin on top of the mold. Just make a thin clear layer if you need it and then work with the UV resin, otherwise you will have problems. So anyway, I spreaded my UV resin. And now I'm starting with the bubbles. So I took some washing up liquid, poured it into water, then I took a straw and I was making the bubbles. So I'm now getting the bubbles on top of my tray, on top of the UV resin. And I just make sure that I have it all over. So I have also different sizes of the effect later on. And yeah, now I'm taking my UV lamp, and I have the lamp from Resin, as you can see, and I just take this lamp and put this over my pour just for a couple of seconds. So I think in total it were maybe 30 seconds or something. So, and now I can take the UV light away, and I'm taking a little paper towel and I'm drying my resin piece. But please also here be careful drying your piece. Don't be too harsh on it, just gently dry your piece. So you see there's still a little bit water, and later on when I'm brushing my tray mold or my tray, you also see that I had a little bit struggles because there were still a few places where it was still a little bit wet. So please make sure that it's really dried before you brush in your chameleon pigment. I have chosen here the Galaxy from Resin, and then when I finished it, I noticed, this is actually not the color I wanted to have. And what I did off camera, I took the plum color and I brushed a little bit on top. So I had the nice shading, which I really like to have. But this I did off camera. So don't wonder if the shading at the end is a little bit different. But I took another chameleon pigment on top. So I demolded it, and then I could go further with my big mold. So this is the XL round or disc mold from MoldsandShapes. It's 35 centimeter in diameter. and I'm starting pouring my colors. So actually this is a bowl for friends. Again, I do something for friends. And yeah, I'm going with the colors gold. So this is the Sahara Crystal Gold from Petra Jongbloed, which you see now. I think I'm showing there, it's a little bit dirty at the top, but this is one of my colors. Then I'm going with the lavender. The lavender is a mica from ColorBerry, and I'm using the smoky gray again. And what I'm also using is white, and for the white it's the pigment drops from Etter-Art. But now I start pouring with my golden mix, and you see I'm pouring from rather up high on top of the clear, which I already poured at the sides. There you go. And there is my lavender mix. So you see the jar in a second as well. It's a beautiful color, and I'm pouring also from rather up high. And I just want to have a nice color blending on the pouring side, because this bowl in this technique, it needs to be poured from the pouring, or it has the effect from the pouring side. So I also want to make sure that I have underneath a nice little effect. So once you shaped your bowl, that there is a little bit effect which you can see. So now I'm pouring my gray, the smoky gray. You know, these friends, they have a sofa that's like with a very dark golden tone, and the cushions, they include a little bit of purple color, and they also have gray in there. So I thought these color mix are perfect for them. So I hope they are gonna like it. Yeah, there you see me using the popsicle stick, because I noticed some air bubbles at the side. And now I'm taking my clear resin and I'm just pushing my colors up to the side and filling up my mold with the clear resin. So I make sure that my bowl is only filled by maybe half, because the centerpiece needs to fit in, and it should not be too much resin in this big tray, because otherwise, you overflow your resin piece which you want to place into the center. So make sure that you are not pouring too deep. So, and this is now my white, and I'm using the white because I want the resin to really pull into the center, and the white is always helping quite good with this. What I didn't mention, I'm using here the Ultracast resin from Etter-Art. And yeah, it's a medium viscosity resin, and it helps pulling everything through the center. It has a rather long working time. And now you also see me altering what I have still left in my cup. So I'm just going wild with my circles, because the colors are blending anyway. So you see practically what I'm doing. Sometimes you just need to be brave doing new things, just completely different things. And yeah, these kind of bowls also with the shaping, this is really something new for me, which I've never done. I always pressed my trays into a bowl, and then I had just in brackets a normal bowl. But I really love how Rebecca shaped her bowls and how she made this video. So I can only recommend to look in this video again from Art of Cheshire Cat from the dear Rebecca, because she really explained everything in a very awesome way, and her videos are mainly English and then also German, so like I'm doing 2 videos, which I think it's great. So now I'm just taking my little tray, the Geode tray, and place it into the center. You need to be careful that how you place it not to cause too many bubbles. So I place one side first and then let it flow into my resin. Then I'm trying to find the center, and yeah, now a quick torch around, and then the resin practically can do whatever it needs to do. I'm just here pressing a little bit more, and I'm also taking a little bit out of my cups here. What I'm doing, please be careful that you are not pouring on top of your centerpiece. It didn't happen to me, but I'm just saying, just be careful, because this can easily happen. And I only realize it now that I think I did a dangerous thing, because I could have easily ruined my centerpiece. So please be careful doing it. So, and now in the next step, I show you a little time lapse how the resin is moving to the center and creates a nice shading, and this is what I really like. So, and what I did off camera, I made a top layer. I also used the Ultracast resin for this, and look how nice it is, how shiny it is, because I wanted, of course, a smooth surface. And now I can demold, and then I'm shaping my bowl. I didn't film it because I think really Rebecca explained it very, very well. So you can really look into her video if you're interested in how to make this bowl. And I'm only showing you in a second how my bowl is looking with all the tape around it. And you know, it will come just in a second. And this is how my bowl is looking at the moment with the shape of it. And I will give it a anthracite colored surrounding. And yeah, with the final result, which will come in a second, I will love and leave you. I thank you for watching, and take care, guys. Bye-bye.